Hi friends, I'm Prairie Vintage. My name's Linda. I'm an energy intuitive reader here on YouTube. I use spirits, my intuition, and the tarot to communicate energies to you guys. Today's reading is going to be the reverse from yesterday's reading. So if you haven't checked out yesterday's reading, you might want to go check out my playlist. And this reading is about how the person on your mind thinks you feel about them and the connection. So we might see how there might be a misconception based on how you're actually feeling. So we'll do an energy check to take a look at how you're feeling today in regards to your person and the connection. And then we'll take a look at what this person thinks you are feeling or thinking regarding the connection and this person specifically. Please keep in mind you could tap into the reverse, meaning your person might show up as your energy here, and we might just get insight in regards to how you think your person feels. So if that's the case, then you might want to go check out another pile, but that's absolutely normal here to tap into your own energy instead of your person's. All right, so with that in mind, take a look at these 4 options to choose from. Option number 1, we have the Light Seers Tarot deck. Option number 2, we have the Glow in the Dark Tarot. Option number 3, we have the Tarot of the New Vision. And for option number 4, we have Cats Rule the Earth Tarot. All right, so you can't really pick a wrong pile, because if it doesn't resonate, just go check out another pile. If you tap into your own energy, could be that Spirit has a message for you and regarding some insight regarding how you're seeing your person. But again, use your intuition to see if this pile resonates for you or not. All right, I will put the timestamp in the description box and in the pinned comment. It will take you directly to your pick, and I will see you there. Hello, my beautiful. Pile number 1, you picked the Light Seers Tarot deck, and we are looking at how your person thinks you feel for them and this connection. But before we get into your person's thoughts and feelings about how they think you see and feel, we're going to take a look at your energy just to make sure you've tapped into the right pile. Now, like I mentioned in the intro, if this sounds more like your person's energy or how your person is thinking or feeling here, then the back end could certainly be how you see and feel for your person. So meaning the energies could be crisscrossed. If that's the case, then you can go check out another pile, or certainly listen to the message if you feel that it is resonating or sounding familiar. Could be energy around you, and Spirit might have some further insight for you in regards to your connection. So we will ask Spirit for a clear and concise message for pile 1 in regards to how will they know that this is indeed their pile. The energy around pile number 1. Spirit, clear and concise message for the greatest and highest good. How's pile 1 feeling? Are they actually feeling about this connection and this person they came here about? Thank you so much, and please protect me and pile 1 as I channel this message. And thank you so much, pile 1, for allowing me to tap into your energy and the energy around you. I am truly blessed. Thank you so much. All right, so we do have energy stuck on these cards. There we go. All right, so we have 7 of Cups, Page of Wands, felt like more fell out, in reverse. And the King of Wands in reverse. So we have Aries, Leo, Sagittarius energy. Could be resonating in your chart or in your person's chart. We have the Ace of Wands. Wow, lots of wands. We have the Wheel of Fortune, and then we have the 4 of Cups. Bottom of the deck, we have the 3 of Swords. We'll pull some oracles as well. We have love, unconditional love, self-love, oneness, passion, affection, attraction. One of these chakra oracle cards. We have guilt. We have yellowing. And, oops, one went flying. We have Crown Games, right use of power. All right, so we have the sacral chakra coming up here with the guilt. So while overall with the Three of Swords at the bottom of the deck, that carries a lot of weight in this reading. So I feel like there's been pain. So there's been pain here for sure, either words, intentions, actions in this connection have been painful. Now, I don't know if it's been your own or the other person. I guess that is yet to be revealed. Intuitively, before reading these cards, when I'm picking up energetically, I think this is pain that you might feel you've caused within this connection. All right, so like I said, you can crisscross. If this is your person's energy, then you're going to come out in the other part of this reading. But I feel like who I'm reading here energetically has suffered pain in this connection. And I do feel as though there has been lessons learnt in this connection about how we've showed up. The Devil in reverse is all about releasing toxic ways, unhealthy habits, things that don't work very well, but we have a difficult time releasing. So could have been a lesson here in learning unconditional love or love of self. And it could very well be a lack of self-love led to how you showed up in this connection, or I should say maybe didn't show up in this connection. I feel like the yellowing here is really talking about whatever sort of energy you were in predominantly is kind of going away or faded. I feel like there's been a lot of healing, and the fact that the Devil is in reverse, it could certainly be because we've released or let go of toxic ways, or are amidst healing toxic ways because of all the pain we're causing to ourselves and to other people. I feel like you feel like your person has been pretty solid and pretty reliable, and maybe you've been not very reliable. Maybe you've been very confused about what to do. Maybe you've treated this person like an option. Maybe you've used this person's emotions, like knowing that they had feelings for you, and you use this to your advantage. But I feel like you didn't pursue this person clearly, nor did you fully allow yourself to accept, to focus on this connection. And it could very well be your lack of self-confidence, maybe needing to learn self-love, find yourself. So I do feel things are slowly turning, and they're turning because you are recognizing that how you have showed up hasn't really led to a healthy connection, hasn't really led to you being happy, hasn't really led to the results that you want. And so your person might be rejecting you now based on how you showed up. So you're certainly wanting to change things here. I think you've also recognized how you are feeling for your person. I feel there is desire and passion you want to pursue, but maybe it's been very difficult for you to be honest with yourself and chase up what you actually wanted in this connection. So you might be looking back on a situation that might be over, and you feel like it could be your fault. And so you're feeling really down on yourself, and you're not quite sure how to get back in there to, you know, work things out, get things going back in your favor. We have Capricorn energy here. Queen of Cups, that's Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. You could certainly feel this unspoken love between you and your person. I feel there is a deep sense of love, and I feel you recognize your person was offering you a deep love. And I think you recognize where you found deep love for your person, maybe after experiencing something here that you feel might have been caused by your inability to show up in a healthy way in this connection. Maybe things that you had to release. I do feel like you felt like you didn't prioritize this person, and you might have outrightly rejected this person subconsciously due to how maybe you needed to work on your own healing, your own self-worth, your own sort of self in a healthy way. High Priestess in reverse. This is like intuitively knowing maybe what we're doing is not to our greatest good and going against what we should potentially be doing. It could also be secrets and not being completely honest about something. And it could be because we felt unclear, uncertain. We might have been doing the opposite of what we felt was right. So if this sounds like your energy, then let's take a look at how your person thinks you feel and see what comes up. All right, so pile 1. Thank you, Spirit, for that clear and concise message. We are looking at pile 1, and how does their person for pile 1 think pile 1 is feeling and thinking right now? Justice in reverse, the Emperor, the Queen of Wands, the Nine of Swords, the Nine of Wands in reverse, the Ace of Wands in the upright, came out in the energy check in the reverse, and now we have the King of Cups. So we have the Queen, now we have the King of Cups. King of Cups is Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. Queen of Wands, we have fire, Aries, Leo, Sag. The Emperor, more Aries, Libra energy coming out. We have Coffee Cup, meeting and conversing, savoring the moment, feeling uplifted, and friendship. We have Abundance and the Solar Plexus chakra card coming out. Heavy solar plexus coming out in your reading. Lots of willpower, confidence, strength. We have Watchers with transpersonal, number 60, or the number 6. See a card right here. We have the Peacock's Tail, 55, or the number 10. All right, so how does your person think you feel? Well, your person feels like you still love this person, but you're no longer interested in doing anything about your feelings with this person. Almost like you're done with acting on your feelings. So although they feel that you love them deeply, or have loved them and hold a place in your heart for them, your main concern is on yourself. So this person sees that you feel like you've been treated unjustly and that the whole situation was unfair and it was imbalanced and it brought you a lot of pain. It brought you sadness. It brought you anxiety. It made you feel not good at all. A lot of sleepless nights. And this person feels like you might have felt alone, abandoned, and just like the whole situation treated you very unfairly. Your person feels like you really stressed about trying to find a way out to be able to be free of the pain and this connection and the unfairness here. So you just surrendered to no longer investing in this person and to finding the power within yourself to move forward towards what you want. So this person feels like you could be still cordial with this person. You still may entertain them as a friend at some point. Like you wouldn't outrightly close the door on this person so much, but you are no longer going to entertain a deep connection of sorts or want to pursue this person in any way. And that, yeah, your focus is really on how to empower yourself to gain control of your own freedom, gain control of bringing towards you what it is that you want. I feel your person finds you really, really attractive. This person also feels like your focus is definitely on other things other than this connection. Bettering your life, potentially another person even. They're not quite sure, but you're trying to build the opposite of what you're feeling in this connection. This person also feels like you might see them as someone who is without, and you now have an opportunity to have the happiness that you deserve, but like something that's actually going to manifest, not just emotionally, something that's going to manifest in the real world here. Your person also sees you as somebody who is making their own luck and somebody who is quite open-minded about your future. And I don't think that this person sees you as someone who says that because things were unfair, you're going to hate this person, but that you are able to accept that this person was not showing up and incapable of doing what they needed to do, which led to sadness and imbalance. And so therefore you understand it in a way, but you have to take this and make the most of your own situation in order to get empowered to move away. This person sees you as someone who is very strong, very determined, very confident, very beautiful. They're really attracted to you still. This person sees you as someone who would only entertain somebody who is at your level, somebody who is capable of taking charge, somebody who is confident, somebody who brings order and is able to make things happen. There's something coming through energetically here that your person feels like there was something that they didn't have that you needed, and they weren't sure how to find it. So you felt they were lacking something and they were incapable of something. Like they didn't have the right tool or the proper thing to make something happen. And it was important to you. So that's what you're needing to seek. Or at least that's the space that now you hold for someone that is capable or has the ability to do what it is that you might have told them something that they lacked or didn't have, or maybe they felt this way on their own, but there's something here about them being capable of making something happen that they weren't. And it could have been because they were either financially not set in some way or in a practical way couldn't do something. I feel there was something that they didn't have. I don't know. They didn't have I was going to say they didn't have a car. I mean, that sounds really dumb. So I don't know if that's what they feel, but this is what's coming through here. They didn't have something I feel tangible here. Maybe their own house, maybe their own bank account. I don't know. This is weird. This is something that this person feels they didn't have. But it couldn't make things happen. And it could very well be that there's an ego here. There's lots of wands with ego, but I'm not picking this up as yours. I'm almost feeling like this person's displacing their inability to do something, as them not having something tangible that would make it happen. It's like I couldn't do XYZ because I didn't have a car, or because I didn't have a house, or because I wasn't capable because of this, that, and the third. Like it's displacing, I think, the ownership of this person's inability to be empowered to bring balance, because I think it goes deeper than that. I think, like, yeah, in a practical way, I feel like this person probably didn't show up, but I feel like it was deeper than that. Like this person's inability to energetically show up, I think, caused the bigger issues here. So I think this person's placing it on more physical, material things, for reasons being, like, if only I had this, if only I had that. I don't know. It's collective, so it could be a bunch of things. And if this was something that you told them was important to you, like you need a home, or you need a this, or you need a that, then that's why they couldn't do it. But I don't feel like that was your thing, because I feel like I'm getting from them that you're very, very much open-minded and willing to compromise and see their point of view and their perspective and work with them. And that's why the guilt. So maybe they're carrying guilt without realizing that it's because they're displacing some sort of ownership, accountability for their own lack of action, or whatever sort of energies coming out here. So I'm tempted to read this Watcher's Transpersonal to see what's this about, because we could get some more messages. Serendipity, the observer witness, transpersonal. When Watcher appears, it is an invitation to stop doing, pause, get off the treadmill, and take a deep breath. Find the witness within, the one who can observe the fire and fury happening around you, but is not caught up in any of the drama. The time is right to step back. If you have a thought or opinion, keep it to yourself. If you have a feeling that needs to be expressed, do it in the shower. Do not engage with the action happening around you. Simply observe. Watchers show up to direct your attention to the horizon and away from the anthill in front of you. Others might think you are simply doing nothing, but let them know that you are helping the sun to set in the evening sky. There are bigger things to attend to. You have spent such a long time trying to correct the course of events and actions of others. Let it be for a short while, as you become the observer rather than the doer. The Watchers invite you to break free from the linear causal pace of the petty day-to-day, rise to divine coincidence, to serendipity, and notice how the act of seeing the heart of the matter produces results. Things happen without you doing anything. Creation unfolds in its own mysterious way, requiring only a sacred witness. So you might have been very, very involved, which I was picking up in this connection, trying to make things happen, trying to, offer this person a cup of love, trying to make things balance, but they do feel like you're no longer interested in doing. You're no longer interested in trying to make something happen. And the connection was so imbalanced here that it took you a while to recognize that you could only focus on the things that you could control and bring in the happiness that you could bring in for yourself. And if it wasn't in this connection, then that's something that you were no longer going to focus on. So your person does see that. And maybe you're completely at peace, understanding where this person's at. But now what they're seeing it is they're blaming a set of circumstances in some sort of practical material way that they didn't have, or something they were incapable of doing because of a lack of a tool or a thing, an inanimate object of sorts, or something that didn't allow them to produce. And I think this makes them feel better. And I don't feel as though they feel like you think this, but it could be crisscrossing with their subconscious. So it could mean that on a conscious level, okay, this person is saying that maybe you feel like they should have had this, that, or the other thing and didn't. But deep down, this person recognizes that their inability to perform here in an energetic way and give to the situation to bring balance was really the downfall or the misguidedness here. But their ego is still up, so I don't feel like they completely can see that or give into that sort of thing. But they are, like we saw in the energy check, I'm reading this as your person. This is really interesting. Okay, well, you know what I'm talking about. Whatever you're resonating here, okay? So this person that I'm picking up here, I don't know, I'm getting lost in my own reading here. So I have a feeling your person was in the energy check. Your energy is here. But all I know is that the person whose energy check is still in the ego. Okay, the person whose energy check is still in the ego and feels like they are the ones that brought an imbalance to this other person. So look, under that's the Empress. So we have the Emperor and the Empress. So yeah, it's like there's, with the unconditional love here, it's like there's a recognition how deep this love really goes. And this is all about having to make a choice. This is all about having to find balance in turbulency. So the biggest struggle here was having to find balance between the both of you guys. So yeah, like the energy check that I did was the person who feels guilty because this person feels like things were really imbalanced. So I might have crisscrossed your energies here, but whatever I was channeling here, I feel like this energy, this person is being seen as someone who's going to move on, who is somebody who had to bring in their own abundance because they were in a connection that was really lopsided here and not able to make things happen in the way that they wanted to. So things are turning, and maybe the tables have turned here. Maybe energetically the tables have turned. All right, so if this connected to you, resonated for you, but it was reversed, then you might want to go and check out another pile. All right, so I will see you soon. Bye-bye. Hello, my most beautiful. Pile number 2, pick the Glow in the Dark Tarot. I can't wait to get into your reading. We're looking at how does your person think you feel about them and the connection. Okay, but before we get into your person and how they think you feel, which again could definitely be subjective because it's their opinion of what they think. So the truth could be definitely different. So do not take it as the truth. Just take it as something that they're feeling or thinking. But before we do that, we're going to do an energy check for you. So we're going to ask Spirit for a clear and concise message for pile 2 in regards to how is pile 2 feeling, thinking, connecting energetically to this connection so that they know indeed this is their pile. Now, please keep in mind, it could be crisscrossed, and pile 1 kind of threw me for a loop there because your person could be coming out in the energy check, and then your energy could be coming out, meaning how you see your person in the back end. Okay, so if that's the case, then just you can listen to it to get more insight, but we are looking at how your person thinks you feel or think about them and this connection. All right, so Spirit, please protect me and the viewer as I channel this message for the greatest and highest good of pile 2. Thank you so much, and thank you so much, pile 2, for allowing me to tap into your energy and the energy around you at this time. I'm truly blessed. Thank you so, so much. All right. Okay, so we have the Three of Cups. We have the Six of Pentacles in reverse, the World in reverse, Five of Wands in reverse, Queen of Swords in reverse, and the Three of Swords. And we have the Knight of Swords. Okay, so let's pull some oracles as well. The Four of Wands under that, and it is upright. Okay. We have Girl with Snake, Empath and Narcissist paradigm, being charmed or used, enable boundaries. We have Enlightenment with the solar plexus chakra. We have Tin. We have 28 with hollow bone, teachability. Teachability and Tin, interesting. Lots of flexibility here. Lots of lessons learned is what I'm picking up. So could it be that you're in an empath with a narcissist? Well, maybe you've questioned it or felt it, or maybe the lesson's been hard for you in this connection. So harsh lessons is what I'm really feeling. For some of you guys, this could have been a third-party type situation with another person, but I'm not feeling that very strongly for a lot of you, just a small amount of you. What I feel is like this person never prioritized you, period, and made you feel really, really crappy because this person could not give you the attention or the focus or the dedication you deserved. So this person was very inappropriate with how they energetically shared with you. This person could have breadcrumbed you. This person could have made you really suffer from self-confidence. I mean, made you. No one can make you, but there's a big lesson here in learning about ourselves. So maybe what you are chalking this whole experience up to be is something that's enlightened you into a greater sense of understanding self. This has been something that has taught you maybe that you are too kind, giving, loving, and there's no such thing as being too kind, giving, and loving unless, of course, we are investing in a situation which is not deserving or reciprocal of that. Okay, so what that means is a lesson in boundaries, a lesson in learning our value and our self-worth, and not watering where we might fall short of what it is that we want. So I feel like there is something here about you being not very happy with your person, and it could have ended in your person ghosting you, or you just cutting them off, or somebody blocking someone here. This is kind of nasty. And it could be you needed answers. You needed answers as to why was this person doing what they were doing, showing maybe one thing, but then on the other hand, things did seem imbalanced. On the other hand, it seemed like this person wasn't caring or giving, but then maybe they were showing a side of themselves, and maybe they could have love bombed you or breadcrumbed you or something, but and maybe they made you out to seem like you had to compete for their affection. But I feel like you're really working hard on closing the chapter of this, but it's still so much pain. There's a lot of pain here, and it's pain in the experience, and it's pain in, you know, maybe falling in love with someone here who might have felt like they never loved you, and all they did was cause you pain by their words or actions, their intentions, which weren't lined up. And you could have gave and gave to this person, you know, and it could have started out as you and this person were friends in some way, potentially, or you know, you guys went from friends to something confusing that didn't quite make sense. And then it never really got clear. Maybe nothing got formal in this connection. So you're kind of more looking at this as now dealing with the lesson and bettering yourself and working on your self-confidence and trying to get out of a funk here. But I feel there is a lot of pain. and you feel used, and you feel like this person just didn't have a heart or didn't really care about you. 21, the number 3. 3 is all about mind, body, and spirit. So there's something about you having to definitely balance yourself in a lesson here. And I know it's difficult when we say, well, why does the universe put us in difficult lessons? Like, what is, what is spirit gain from our pain? And on the grand scheme of things, what I'm really getting here is when we come as energies to earth, we're needing to elevate, we're needing to ascend, we're needing to become greater versions of ourselves. So we set these contracts that we need to learn certain lessons in order to better ourselves. So one of these lessons here was getting your mind detached from understanding that your mind doesn't set who you are, doesn't set the value of, your self-worth. Someone else's behavior doesn't set your self-worth. So I think you are seeing this or understanding that your value is inside you. Your self-worth is something that you carry within you. I feel like you're enlightened, but you're still in a lot of pain. And it's like understanding this lesson, like why, right? And I think there's a need to be flexible and more light on yourself, and understand that these lessons or this experience here has given you a great power no one can take away from you. It's your ability to understand where you need to energetically invest and how you can now be very discerning of people who are deserving and not, and laying boundaries that are going to help protect you in a way, but not also in a way that just shuts everybody out. Like there's a need to understand where that's at, right? Because some people have a bad experience and then shut everyone out and just have these walls and boundaries, and they're hurt. And other people can go through this but understand they can also still love again. But it's like, who do I love? Where do I invest my energy in a safe way? So it's being discerning, and maybe you gave it to someone who is undeserving in that energy, and it left you feeling not very good. So there's that. And then there's also, I'm getting this person's inability to create with you, to collaborate, to show up, to balance things out and want to work with you is not there. And there could have been, like I said, a third party or just something else that they were distracted with. And it could have been a friend group, something more superficial. Maybe they still wanted to date around or keep their back door open in some way and make you always feel like you had to fight for their attention, their affection. So I think there was conflict around this, and maybe you called them out. And if you didn't, it's like this person might have just abruptly been a jerk and exited the scene. But I feel like, you wanted, or at least had a vision of coming together to build some sort of structure for the future. You might have seen potential here with this person at some point. And that's the healing part. It's like this person didn't come together with you in a way that was stable. So I think your focus here is having complete closure on a cycle, not only with this person, but I think within your own lessons and experience with this person. So if this sounds like your energy check, let us take a look at how this person thinks you feel about them. All right, so hopefully I don't crisscross it too badly, because in the pile 1, it's kind of coming through as two energies I was feeling, and I don't know whose I read as what. So just take whatever you're resonating with as your energy, and whatever resonates as your person, depending on how the energy comes through in these cards is how I'm going to read it. So Spirit, for pile number 2, how does pile number 2's person think that pile number 2 feels and thinks about pile number 2's person? How does pile number 2's person think and feel that pile number 2 feels and thinks about them? Thank you. Okay. So we have the Wheel of Fortune. We have the Two of Swords in reverse. We have Death. Wow, Scorpio energy. We have the Page of Swords coming out in reverse. We have the Magician, Virgo, Gemini. The Ace of Swords, and we have the Ten of Pentacles. We have Healing Hearts, healing from heartbreak, freedom from toxic relationship or addiction. We have Gratitude. The Crown Chakra. We have Vanishing Mirror, Ego Sublimation, 58. Which coincidentally is also the number 13, which is the Death card in the tarot. And we have Darkening with the number 12 or the number 3. Okay. You guys might be seeing 333 a lot. Okay, so how do they think you feel about them and the connection? Well, suddenly I think they feel like you're having a huge realization, or have had a huge realization, because this feels like it's been in the past, or it's been some time past, that because of this person's actions, because of this person's immaturity, because of this person's inability to be decisive on you, and they see it more like their inability to choose you and decide on you or be clear with you, that you've decided to move forward and make changes in your own life, that you've decided to release this person as best you can, although they feel like maybe you're amidst still making all these changes, and that things can never be the same, and that they feel like you have a very big heart here, and that you would never outrightly be cruel to this person, and that you do have some sort of gratitude for what you guys experience in this connection, or like you still have some level of care towards this person for having experienced something real, but at the same time there is a deeper look at the truth of the situation, that you're now seeing them for who they are very clearly, and it shattered any sort of illusion, wish that you had. So something that can never be restored, something that is completely disappeared here because of your now seeing clearly, or now seeing a truth. So now you're able to bring forward for yourself what you need in order to heal, in order to focus on what matters to you. It's like this person feels like so they do feel like you care in some way, or at least with the experience, that there was something kind of real here. If there was a friendship, because I'm picking up friendship again, so you guys might have been friends, but it's something that can't be restored. So if you had a friendship initially, you can never go back to that friendship. You can't go back to how things were. And it's like this person's immature ways I keep getting, or their inability to change, or inability to be who you need in your life, has resulted in you and them no longer being able to build something. Not that they were building anything, but it's like any future hope, any future long-term vision you had of this person has been obliterated here with the truth, and you're seeing clearly. This person does see themselves as someone who was toxic for you. This person does see them as someone who broke your heart. This person sees themselves as someone who has caused a lot of pain towards you with their indecision, that they see it more as an indecision. I don't think this person sees themselves as someone who was all that bad, outside of maybe immature, indecisive, a little bit on the mouthy side, maybe saying things, but it's like the biggest thing here was their inability to move forward or communicate honestly and to have adult conversations, I feel here, about what sort of changes they needed to make in their own life and in this connection in order to have something of value. They do see you as someone who is healing, and in this process you've lost whatever you kind of had here for them, and any vision and potential hope for a future is kind of gone with that. And that's, you might see this person as somebody who is kind of selfish, but also kind of I don't know, like it's a gross feeling I'm feeling, like somebody who is, I want to say perverted in some way, but yeah, like creepy in some way because of their, I don't know, it just makes me feel slimy and gross. It's kind of how I feel. So the person feels, your person feels like you might see them in a light of someone who is using you for sex, or using you for sexual pleasure, or like being very much immature about something that is sacred and deep. So I feel like this person is really, I don't know why friendship keeps coming back. Maybe you guys had some really deep friendship beforehand, like I said, but I feel like this person has a deep sense of something that was real here in the friendship, and something that they hold close to them about this connection that means something to them. But I feel like maybe that you are, again, not ever able to go there again because of their slimy actions and using you. So I feel like this person also doesn't lose how they feel about you, and that sort of sacred is kind of the word coming up. It's like a sacred way. It's like forever there for them, and they feel like deep down, and maybe this is a part of their ego, is that deep down, like I said, there's, you still have like some sort of care there for them, because I think this person wants to believe this in some way, but they know on a physical level you guys can never be where you guys were, and that whatever was meant to happen between you guys was kind of a destined thing that was supposed to happen, a fated thing that was supposed to happen. And that if you guys could ever get past this, that maybe you guys could, I don't know, like eventually be friends. But I think this is this person just kind of having a wishful thinking here. Because I think part of them also thinks that you wouldn't want to engage with this person anymore on the physical level. Yeah, this person thinks you see them as someone who was toxic, someone who was using you, someone who didn't have a long-term vision for you, and you had that you wanted something stable, you wanted something that was long-term, someone that was reliable, someone you could depend on, someone who you could grow with but this quickly changed when the truth kind of came out, or when you saw the reality of the situation. It's like you no longer wanted that with them, and you no longer saw them in that way. They do see you as someone, with the Empress here, that's Taurus energy, as a divine mother, somebody who is absolutely unconditional and loving and beautiful and giving and caring. So that remains. So they almost feel deserving of the fact that you no longer want to give to them, and you no longer want to invest, and that your manifestations are now based on truth and no longer based on some idea of a hope that you might have had for them for a future. So this is what I see here for pile number 2. I hope this helped, and I will see you soon. Bye-bye. Hello, my beautiful. Pile number 3, you pick the Tarot of the New Vision, and I can't wait to get into your reading, because we're looking at how does your person think you feel or see the connection or feel about them. So before we get into your person, we're going to do a quick energy check here and see if this is your connection. So how are you feeling or thinking of this connection, or what's going to resonate with you, so you know that this is indeed your pile. And please keep in mind, energies could be crisscrossed, meaning I could be tapping into your person in this energy check, and then the back end be how you see your person. All right, instead of how they see you, or how they think you feel and see, if that makes sense. It could be reversed. So just use your intuition to crisscross as you see fit. And if it is reversed, that means there could be another pile with you that is resonating in the proper way. Of course, only if you're called to listen to another pile or drawn to another pile. So pile number 3, we will ask Spirit for a clear and concise message here for the greatest and highest good of pile number 3. How will they know that this is indeed their pile? How are they feeling about the connection and this person? Thank you so much, Spirit. Please protect me and pile 3 as I channel this message. And thank you so much, pile 3, for allowing me to tap into your energy and the energy around you at this time. I'm truly blessed. Thank you. All right. So we have the 7 of Swords in reverse. We have the 4 of Wands in reverse. We have the 6 of Pentacles. We have the Tower in reverse. The Ace of Wands and the World in reverse, and the 6 of Cups at the bottom of the deck. We have the Butterfly, relationship evolving to the next phase, healing the inner child and growth. I do feel one more. Healing heart, healing from heartbreak, freedom from toxic relationship or addiction. We have impartiality. I'm feeling these two. We have oil of vitriol and gold. Wow. And one of these. We have Perfect Storm, the courage to step into life. 44 could be significant. That's also the number 8, which is the Strength card in the tarot. All right, so wowzers, what's going on? Well, this feels like a very deep connection. I feel like you feel like there's soulmate recognition here, or soul recognition with a soulmate with your person. There's a loving sort of energy here with this 6 of Cups. It's innocent love. It's feeling safe. It's feeling like you've returned home. It's a beautiful feeling, and maybe it's taken quite some time to get here. I feel like there's a history here, And I feel both of you guys, so this could be a twin flame type connection with the Four of Wands here. That's the 1111 card. And I am feeling it in this energy because I feel like both of you guys might be doing a lot of inner child healing with the Six of Cups and the inner child healing here. That is having to do shadow work, having to look at ourselves from different perspectives and maybe where we were acting out of shadows and connections and being very honest with ourselves, which is a lot of heartache. And it could very well be that we were feeling very stuck in this connection in some way, or that this person was doing something to hurt us. We could have been in addictive sort of connections in the past, or maybe we're obsessed with this person at some point and we're needing to learn how to break free from codependencies and heartbreak, free from toxic sort of behaviors. And I feel like you've done a lot of this. So if you're resonating with this sort of energy, then you've come a long way. And it could be due to this connection specifically. I feel like this connection has really transformed and changed your life in some way. You could have had a spiritual awakening, a dark night of the soul, someone who's evolved and completely changed their life around and came back to their authentic self of who they are, remembered who their authentic self is, dropped a lot of ego, but it might have came with a lot of arguments. It might have came with a lot of tough lessons. It might have came with us battling ourselves and acknowledging parts of ourselves we don't want to see. Your person could have had addictions, or you could have suffered from addictions. So whatever I see here is like you've had to transform to someone who is impartial, somebody who is allowing themselves to just let things happen. And I feel like wherever you were challenged, or maybe lying to yourself in a way, or trying to act out of ego, maybe to make things happen for your own benefit. Maybe you wanted a long-term vision with this person, or had an idea of an outcome, or whatever it was that you were trying to make happen. Maybe you were being a little selfish. I don't know whose energy I'm reading here. You can crisscross it, but something for yourself in some way. And it could have, just because it felt like it was good, or wanting the best for the other person, doesn't necessarily mean it's not selfish, because it could have been something the other person didn't want that's coming through. But whatever that was, I feel like it's water under the bridge. I feel like there was maybe a final sort of conversation, or an epiphany, or an awakening, or a realization here that union, or coming together, or some sort of vision of a future here isn't the end game. And that was potentially causing conflict. That maybe you were combative because you wanted a future, because you wanted your person to come together with you, because you needed some sort of something here. And it was causing conflict in this situation, because maybe your person wasn't ready. Maybe your person was not giving of the situation. But I feel like there's a surrender here, and there's a review, a truthful review of how you showed up in this connection in some way. Although I feel like it could have been imbalance, where your person might have not have been wanting to come together. It could have been breadcrumbing you, or just not giving to this connection in any sort of way, in the way that you had wanted. But I feel like you're working on closing out a cycle of understanding now where you might be giving too much of yourself, understanding where you get to choose where you want to invest. And if somebody is not on the up and up, and not wanting to come together in a way that makes you feel like it's what you want, then you have the power in your own hands to move towards what does. It no longer causes conflict. You are now able to see things from a different perspective. And I think this has brought peacefulness, and it also is bringing some sort of hope here that you could bring towards you an ideal situation for yourself, whether it be with this person or not. It's like you have a clearer vision of what happiness looks like for you. And I feel like you still feel very tied to this person, because I feel this lesson has gone through with this connection, although there is a lot of conflict. It's like you no longer want to be in conflict. You no longer want to be, in Five of Swords, where at some point maybe you thought your person was Five of Swords, or they were the ones not giving, they were the ones that were causing conflict, they were the ones with addictions, or they were the ones that were toxic, or they were the ones that were imbalanced, or this or that and the other. But now I feel like you're coming to this no longer blaming. It's like, sure, your person might have all these things, but you also have things, right? And your things might have been your need for something to pan out in a certain way, or your whatever you were doing, however you were showing up, wasn't adding to the situation, or wasn't allowing yourself to feel happy, because only we allow ourselves to be happy. So it's like now you recognize the power in your own hands, and you're no longer wanting to be in whatever energy you were in. But I feel there's a deep, deep, deep love here for your person. So this is like a very deep unconditional love. And you might have felt like it was a long journey, and like you've invested quite a bit here in this relationship, in this person, in yourself, right? So you could be at the state now where it's like, well, I invested a bunch of time in my transformation and trying to remain neutral and trying to patch things up. So where is this leading me? Where does this lead this connection in a way that, you are kind of open, but at the same time, it's like, you don't want to be in conflict. You want to understand where this is all kind of headed. And we got the Ten of Swords, which I'm feeling was a past energy, because I feel there's something that ended that was like an aha moment for you. And it could have been this connection ending in some way that made you recognize your own energy, that made you feel like, how am I showing up, and when we go through inner child healing, we put an end to a lot of beliefs and thoughts, and it's painful. And you could very well have ended this connection thinking, well, this is part of my healing, and it is very painful, but maybe it's a painful, much needed process for transformation. I do feel like there's water under the bridge, because I feel like this connection has evolved or is going to evolve. So you could be in separation, but there's an understanding that there's something that's evolving here. And it could have been a big blow up. But now I don't feel like you're in the energy of blow up. So it could have been something in the past that's made you see something different. All right, so if this sounds like your energy, this sounds kind of like a complicated-ish one, although kind of straightforward in a way, then let's take a look at how your person is thinking that you feel or see this connection. I should say how you feel and think about them and the connection. All right, so let's take a look. How does pile number 3's person think that pile number 3 feels and thinks about them and the connection? How does your person for pile number 3 think you feel and see them and this connection? It could be subjective, right? Because this is coming from their point of view. So just don't see it as truth if it's off. Okay, so we have the Four of Swords in reverse, the Temperance in reverse, and we have the Nine of Swords. We have the King of Wands, we have the Ten of Wands in reverse, we have the King of Cups, and we have the Eight of Cups. So we have Sagittarius energy, Aries, Leo, more Sagittarius, and we have Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. We have seduction, attraction, flirting, dating, hooking up, temptation, third-party interference. And we have impasse. And that is sacral chakra. We have stranger with curiosity in 53. All right. And we have against nature, 56. Okay. So, well, third-party interference was sticking out as something that I feel your person is having to overcome still. So your person might be a little bit less evolved than you, or a little bit more behind, I feel. And it doesn't have to be another person. Some could be. It could just be your person needs to deal with something. I was picking up with the first piece, maybe addictions, maybe their own shadows, right? Because both of you guys are doing shadow work here that they're not quite done. They're healing. And they could be pulled by whatever this is that's got their attention. Whatever it is. And it could very well be drinking, could very well be another person, could very well be whatever is distracting them, that they're making an active choice to choose, that they're recognizing they're going to have to leave behind in order to be emotionally happy in this connection. But I feel your person's actively looking at this and trying to do what they can do. I am getting, for some of you guys, this could be same sex. I'm seeing two masculines. Doesn't have to be. Could just be that both of you guys are empowered here with your masculine energy to take action. And I feel like you were taking action of no longer maybe being victim, or at least in a mindset of pointing blame and saying, I'm now in control of my own happiness. And your person feels to be like they're taking control of trying to overcome some sort of interference in this connection. So I feel like your person is still amidst their healing. They're still reflecting, still needing to do hard healing, look at their emotions. I feel like they've been in this for a bit. I feel like this person is now in an energy of being empowered, which might be different from the past. Like they actually care to want to put energy to fix this. I feel like this person is trying to work on their courage and their strength, mostly to show up in this connection is their driving factor. But I feel like this person understands that in their energy, they're incapable of showing up in a way that they need to. So further healing needs to be done. Your person's surrender to the fact that they cannot do it alone, or that however they were doing it is not working. It broke, something ended. I think there was a tower moment here, you know, and there could have been an ending here, and things can never be the same for this connection in a good way. Although it might have been very painful. I feel like this person, maybe there are ways of lying to themselves or being kind of tricky here. Is no longer what they want to do. They're like, now they're more empowered to being more confident about how they can help themselves. I think your person sometimes falls back into their mind about how they showed up. And it sometimes throws them off here. Like they think about how they were blocked emotionally, how they might have been stonewalling you, or been cold, or not expressive, and not loving and caring in the way that maybe they felt you deserved. So it immobilizes them in a way, makes them feel bad, makes them feel sometimes like maybe they're undeserving of you once they're done their healing, or once they're able to overcome whatever sort of interference is happening here. This person feels like they cannot move forward until they resolve what's ailing them, because one, it's immobilizing them, and two, it doesn't feel like they could come balanced for what you deserve. And the Page of Cups in reverse. This person is recognizing that for a long time, however they've been emotionally involved with people with their heart space has been a challenge for them, whether they've had deep connections or not. The point being that they're becoming very aware of the blocks in their heart chakra. And it could very well have to do with their inability to be intimate with other people, vulnerable, express themselves because of past pains. And this could be their inner child healing that they're needing to do. I feel like this person is now tapping into parts of themselves where they might have never asked themselves in the past to look at. And it could be scary. It could be, you know, as we know, when we do shadow work, it's sometimes difficult to look at these parts. But I feel like your person is looking at these parts and then they have to process it. And so they could be feeling bad, you know, and they might feel immobilized, unable to resolve or reconcile their own feelings inside, because I feel like this heart one, this blockage is a big one for them. And it stirs up a lot of fears, but they're looking and saying, hey, I can see how this is a block for me. And what can I do here? Instead of running away, I have to be honest with what that is. There's the Queen of Pentacles, Earth energy, Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn. Your person certainly sees you as somebody who is stable and secure with or without them. So they do see that. This person sees you as wife material, somebody who they could depend on, rely on. But I feel like this person's block is in the heart space, and their inability maybe to express themselves or open themselves up in a way that they're needing to, so they can't really show up. And it's been what is kind of kept this connection at a standstill, essentially. And I think they're recognizing this, and now they're peeling back, looking at maybe where it stemmed from or what they can do. So it's going to be a journey for this person to overcome this. Again, I'm supposed to be reading what this person thinks you feel, but this is what's coming through. So it's mostly about their healing. They see you as somebody who they can't be showing up here for because of the need for healing. And they let things get in the way of you guys coming together. So their focus is self, which I think is a good thing to see here, because I think they can no longer carry on being imbalanced in this connection. All right, pile number 4. I hope this helped you, and I will see you soon. Bye-bye. Hello, my beautiful pile number 4. You picked the Cats Rule the Earth Tarot. Beautiful. Let's get into your reading. So we're going to look at how your person thinks you feel and see the connection or feel about them. But before we get into your person, we're going to look at your energy to make sure that you've tapped into the right pile. So if you resonate with this energy check, then this pile could certainly be your pile. Please keep in mind, you could be tapping into your own energies, not your person, meaning this energy check would be more for your person. And then the back end would be how you see or feel for your person, or think your person feels or sees you. All right, so all that means is that the energy could be crisscrossed. So make whatever sense you can, because this has been a challenging reading for me to do, because both energies seem to come up in the back end, which I don't know who is what and what is who. So if it resonates, only you know. And please keep in mind it is collective. So not everything is going to be your circumstance 100%. So just take what resonates, leave the rest behind, crisscross as you see fit. And if the energy is crisscrossed, chances are you have another pile somewhere that is how your person actually thinks that you're seeing and feeling for them. All right, so feel free to check that out if you have the time. So I'm going to ask Spirit for a clear and concise message for pile 4. How will they know that this is indeed their connection? How are they feeling? How are they actually feeling and seeing this connection, so that they know if this is indeed their pile, spirits? Please protect me in pile 4 as I channel this message for the greatest and highest good And thank you so much, Pile 4, for allowing me to tap into your energy. I'm truly blessed. Thank you so, so much. All right, so we have the Hermit in reverse, Virgo energy, the Emperor, Aries, Knight of Cups, Three of Pentacles in reverse, the World, and the King of Wands, Aries, Leo, Sag, Four of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. And let's pull some oracles. Oh, I am getting 3 cards. We have Camera, Reminiscing, Keepsake, Perception, Learn from the Past, and Make Memories. And we have Axe, Breakup, Separation, Stop the Pattern, Silent Treatment and Abandonment, and Seduction, Attraction, Flirting, Dating, Hooking Up, Temptation, Third-Party Interference. And we have Faith, Crown Chakra, we have Reddening. I do feel one more. We have Jupiter. Wow. And one of these. We have Horseman, Herald of Change, number 30. Okay, change is in the air for sure. Change is in the air. So, well, I feel like there's been a lot of work on your end. And the work on your end, I feel, has been really reviewing and being honest with yourself about what's going on, maybe in this connection. 3 of Cups under that, and the 4 of Pentacles. So for some of you guys, you could have been in a third party here with a third party interference. But I feel like the message here, most importantly, is that there was a period in this connection where you felt like your person was not prioritizing or choosing you or allowing things to progress here. And it could be because of a whole bunch of unhealthy things. You know, your person could have been choosing whatever they were choosing, person, thing, work, whatever the case may be. But I feel like there's an energy here of you learning from some sort of engagement here with your person. And you could have been overgiving. You could have wanted your person to show up. You could have been really trying to make things happen. You could have been, whatever energy that you were in, I feel like you've gone within to really ask yourself whether you were content or are content in a situation where maybe your person is stuck, maybe where your person is not able to provide and, you know, do whatever they needed to do. So I feel like you are taking the power in your own hands too. For some of you guys, I feel you've closed out this connection and moved on. But for the bulk of you, what I feel this is signifying to me is whatever energy you were in this connection is no longer the energy you are encompassing, and that door is closed. And so now when you engage with your person, if you're still in contact, which I feel like you might be on and off, so you could be in an on period or off period, I feel like it has changed. And I feel like it's changing for the better. I feel like you're learning from the past, from how your person, you know, might, however, whatever they might be that's not working for you, is now there's a realization of what works and what doesn't. So you guys could be rekindling at this time. And if you're not, I do see a rekindling. And I see a rekindling because now I feel like you guys are coming together with new experiences of maybe how you guys might have been in the past. So you're having realizations, and I'm kind of tapping into your person's energy here, but I feel like you're having realizations of maybe things that you no longer want to engage with and how you no longer want to be, and come to this connection with a new mindset, with lessons learned, new experiences, and come different and believe in a higher sort of growth and believe in a I don't know, like that the love shall shine through here and allow you guys to work through any challenges you guys do have. It's been tough. I feel like your person could have very well left you at some point, cut you out. You could have done that to them. There's cyclical things happening here, lots of pain. Maybe somebody was really stuck, like I said, and didn't want to release themselves from a third party. But I feel like you've kept your faith in this connection. I feel like there's something intuitive about you, staying true to this connection in some way, but learning lessons and getting really empowered as to what it is that you're able to control and what you're not, what it is you want for yourself. So I feel like your heart space is open. I feel like you're wanting good change here in this connection and being the change kind of that you want to see. There's also a renewed energy here, and I don't know if it's coming from you or your person, maybe both, but trying this again and instilling life in this again, but in a very, I feel, romantic and authentic way. Yeah, it's like having a truce. So you guys might be reconciling, and if you haven't reconciled yet, I feel like very strongly you guys are reconciling here with different mindsets. Maybe you guys have been apart for quite some time now, so now it's time to come together with what you guys have learned or implemented. So there still remains an issue here in a practical way, because I feel like some person is still maybe unwilling or not able to offer something in a practical way, which could be formalizing this connection, taking it to the next level in a practical way. But I feel like the love is there, the reconciliation's there, the feelings are deep, the forgiveness is there, but yeah, in a practical way, I think things haven't solidified here in this connection. It's all solely love, feeling, lessons. Wow, Jupiter, Wheel of Fortune, things are on the up and up. Things are getting better. Things are coming alive. There's learning from the past. There's making new memories. There's abandoning any sort of past challenges and allowing things to turn for the better now. Herald of change. This is all about changes. So maybe you kept the faith alive that things would change and things would get better and you want to see these results. But I think in a practical way, things haven't really happened yet, or you haven't seen any sort of practical change aside from an emotional openness here. And you don't feel so helpless. I feel like you are in control now, having learned lessons. And maybe in some point in time, you kept getting pulled into your person's drama. Maybe you were tempted. There was temptation here. So you were tempted by your person. And you kept repeating sort of pains. And then now, if you have not learned your lessons yet, because I'm getting for some of you guys, you might be repeating another pattern until you close out a cycle. Because you might just be pulled to your person in order to repeat a pattern. So there's a need to empower yourself to recognize where you are repeating things, okay? But I feel like that lesson is coming if it hasn't already. But I feel like you're very excited here about a reconciliation. So if this sounds like your energy, and let's take a look at what your person is thinking that you're feeling and thinking about them and this connection. And I don't know how this energy comes out, because for some of the piles, it seemed crisscrossed, or like I said, there's multiple energies coming through, so I wasn't sure if I was doing the reading any justice. It sounded more like I was just reading about the energy that was coming through more than anything. So I'll have to rewatch and see what I was going on about. But I'm just channeling energy, so I'm not sure what comes out. I will see what comes out as it comes out. So we're asking Spirit, though, how does your person, for pile number 4, think you feel and see them in this connection? How does your person think you see and feel for them in this connection? Well, this is their perception, so it may or may not be accurate. We have 9 of Swords in reverse, and we have the 9 of Cups. We have the 7 of Swords in reverse, 7 of Wands in reverse, 9977, interesting. 3 of Wands in reverse, and the 9 of Pentacles, 3 9s. So you might be seeing 999 for your person. High Priestess. Okay. Pisces energy. And the only major arcana in this person's spread here is this High Priestess. We have the Galactic Mushroom, the Divine Matrix, number 24. Or the number 6, which is the Lovers in the Tarot. Interesting. We have Discover with the Root Chakra. We have Sun Splendor. Wow. We have the Chaser. Chaser in codependent relationship, fear of abandonment issue. And we also have the Dragonfly, be lighthearted, finding out things come to light, adapt, change, heal. So, wow, crazy energy. I feel like you guys are on the verge of trying to make it go of it again, and happiness all around. So I feel like your person is seeing you as someone who is highly intuitive, who might have known all along that this connection was something that was more than surface. And that whatever sort of anxieties you might be letting go of, and you're no longer in a defensive mode. You're like emotionally satisfied here, that this connection brings you emotional satisfaction. Although whatever happened in the past didn't work. So it didn't work. You had anxiety. It's kind of like water under the bridge, I keep hearing. So whatever you experienced was painful. You were in bad moods about it. It didn't work. And now it's like you're finding a way to make amends. And maybe this person came out right and apologized to you, and they feel like it's helped or it's helping. This person also sees you as someone who isn't in that same energy that you were in the past. So you could have very well have been dependent on this person for happiness, or dependent on this person to show up. This person sees you as someone who has now learned from that, or who is independent from them, who is capable of saying, you know what, I no longer want to do whatever it was I was doing. I can be independent on my own. And maybe at some point they felt like you were trying to get some sort of outcome or do something here in this connection, and they might have felt you chasing or trying to be, you know, more dependent on them than they could be there for you. And that you had lessons to learn in this experience, but that you did some self-discovery. You were able to discover truth of a situation here. And the true happiness here is about yourself, and it comes from within yourself and what you're able to do for yourself. So I feel like this person sees a future of happiness here. And the fact that you got the 9 of Cups, the 9 of Pentacles, and Sun Splendor, this is like the ideal happiness for yourself with or without this person. That there's something intuitive about you that is able to find this happiness with or without them. That you're able to make things happen for yourself. And that you've found some sort of key to life. This person does feel, though, that you guys have made amends, or will be making amends here. This person also understands, is coming through again, whatever they were supposed to, however they were supposed to practically give to this connection, either taking it to the next level or make it official or commit in some way. I still feel like something's missing in a practical way. They're unable to give to you whatever it is. They're unable to move in. They're unable to commit in some sort of way for a long-term future, or they have not done so yet, but it didn't really stop you from finding contentment within yourself, finding whatever stability, long-term practical things you need for yourself. Like you're kind of being honest with yourself that you don't need someone else to plant this long-term vision for you or be your long-term stability. You have that within yourself. You can stand without this person or anybody for that matter. Yeah, something about long-term commitment and that you have a greater understanding here, like the Hierophant and the High Priestess. It's like you've been blessed with a deep understanding here of what truly matters. So you found sort of the key to your own happiness without them being able to promise some sort of long-term, without them being so reliable, without them being the father or the provider or the rock or the whatever, because this person does feel like they've been removed, or at least like this is how you see them, that they've been removed in a practical way here. And they could have showed up emotionally, maybe not, but they couldn't really give much to the situation. So this person doesn't see you as defensive anymore. This person sees you as kind of working through any challenges you had. This person sees you as an enlightened being, as somebody who is connected to your intuition, to spirit, to a higher understanding. King of Swords. And I feel like I'm getting your person coming through as this King of Swords. This is Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Like your person is now kind of coming to their understanding of themselves. Like what I feel like with this one, a sort of truth's pointing down. It's like this person understands that there's a truth that needs to be revealed within their own understanding of this connection, that you've found that, and that they are still in search of this, that they're still in search of discovering what this means. So they got to pull the sword out of something fixed. So it could be a fixed way of being, but I feel like it's some sort of untruth or some sort of lie or some sort of clarity they need to have for themselves in order to be kind of at your level in some way, but they don't have that understanding yet. I feel like this person is still with the clouds, still a little confused. And I think the confusion comes to do with this reverse King of Pentacles and this Hierophant, and this is commitments. This is long-term dad energy, okay? Someone who is committed, who is reliable, stable, and building a future. Earth energy, Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn. Taurus energy coming out again. 8 of Swords. Yeah, this is exactly it. Like this person is stuck in some, as we saw, the King of Swords, which is all about mental thought, logic. So something that your person believes has them stuck when it comes to commitment, when it comes to a greater level of understanding, value, tradition, some ideology, something that holds them back from being able to produce in a solid way for you. But you're okay because you're doing it on your own, and you've forgiven this person for any sort of lies. Maybe you felt like this person wasn't being honest with what they were thinking. Maybe this person wasn't providing clarity. It's like you had to find your own clarity here in some way. But this comes with a little bit of a sadness because I feel like something didn't work out. You know, the long-term vision of you guys coming together didn't work out. So there's like a unwavering faith in understanding that you guys have something here, because you're able to see beyond the veil with the High Priestess and this discovery. It's like despite this person's practical inability to show up in the 3D, there's something about you that's still finding peace, that's still able to enjoy this person in some way, and that this person sees a lot of healing and coming to light. And look at this, it's like this is what this is all about, what I'm feeling from these three. It's like whatever stuckness, unhealed things, it's all kind of coming to light. And as it comes to light, you guys are able to see it and work through it and heal through it. It's no longer in the shadows. It's no longer something that's immobilizing. So I feel like this person might still be immobilized by some of these shadows, some of their thoughts, but they see you as someone who has released yourself from these. You're no longer held back. You're no longer in that cycle with them of whatever shadows you had. You're kind of found your way through the light. So I feel like this person wants to also follow in your footsteps. And maybe this person now is chasing you in some way, okay? Like now you're no longer trying to chase this person for an outcome, but I feel like this person is wanting to move forward in a way that helps set them free, and seeing you kind of go through it allows this person to do the same. King of Swords, I keep splitting on the same. So this is coming through quite strong, and this is their holdup. This is kind of where I think they're at, and maybe they see you as seeing them as someone who is not incapable of speaking truths right now because they are confused. You know, but the King of Swords is still in the upright, so they are more mind over heart about the situation, and maybe that's why they're Eight of Swords. It's like they need to get out of their head and more into trusting their intuition, you know, trusting that even if it doesn't make logical sense, there's still a need to explore this within themselves. And maybe that's what they're learning to do. But this is what I see here for you guys. Pile number 4. Interesting readings today. I hope this resonated. Let me know in the comments, and I will see you soon. Bye-bye.